Okay, so sorry, it's hard to talk and read comments and stuff. Anyway, what I want to say about the yoga is if all you do for the next, it's going to be like 30, 40 minutes. If all you do is lie on your mat and breathe, you're doing it right. And actually, I think that there's a benefit to doing yoga with me and just like doing it online in your home, in that you take away that distraction of other people in the studio. You can't look at what everyone else is doing. It doesn't matter what they're doing, because what matters is what you're doing. So I'm gonna walk us through a really basic, gentle yoga class. I encourage you, if at any point in the class thoughts come into your head, this is a very stressful time right now for a lot of people, just think about them like clouds. Like as you exhale, just kind of let that thought pass. I would say, especially if you're not like a really advanced in your yoga practice, it's really hard to not have thoughts in your head, right? Like they come. But what we can work on is not like attaching to them. So like they come in, we take a breath and we exhale, and then they're like clouds, they float on by, or like a wave, whatever kind of like visualization you want to use. I find that really helpful. Okay, so what we're gonna do, you're gonna go on your mat. I am gonna just put a little bit of like calm music on the background. We're gonna start, is it on? Yeah. Okay. We're gonna start in a comfortable seated position. So whatever leg is in front, it doesn't matter. We're gonna switch them around. If this isn't comfortable, if it's more comfortable with your legs straight out, that's fine too. Pick up sort of the meaty parts of your bum and push them back. It's gonna tilt your pelvis forward a little bit. And then hands can rest gently onto your knees. So we're gonna, if you're comfortable, close your eyes, or if you don't wanna close your eyes, just gaze towards the ground. We're gonna take a deep inhale and bring our shoulders up towards our ears. And then as you exhale, roll them back and down. Let's do that a couple times. So inhale, bring the shoulders up. Exhale, roll them down and back. And just go with the flow of your own breath here as you inhale up and exhale down. And then on the next breath, we're gonna change directions. So the shoulders are gonna go back. We're gonna inhale, bring them up towards the ears, and then exhale, roll forward. Try and take some deep breaths, fill up your lungs fully, and then slowly exhale. One more breath in. And exhale, let the shoulders drop. We're gonna release the hands from the sides of our knees. We're gonna place them down into the ground. I need a little bit more space for my filing cabinet. And then we're gonna inhale, bring the arms all the way up, and then exhale, turn your palms away from each other and push it down. So I want you to think about here, inhaling, you're bringing in fresh oxygen, fresh energy, and exhale, any stress, anything you're pushing away from your body. Inhale, grow long through your spine. Exhale, feel your bum, your sit bones connected to the ground underneath you. On the next one, we're gonna add a little bit of a twist. So we're gonna inhale up, and then as you exhale, your right arm's gonna go forward and your left arm's gonna go back. And then you're gonna inhale back up through center, and then exhale the other way. So flow with your breath here. Inhale through center, palms together. Exhale, twist. And we're obviously right in the beginning of the practice, so you don't have to twist really hard. You don't have to like pivot with your hands into the ground and use that. We're just going to wherever the body naturally wants to go to in a gentle twist. One more on each side. And then on the next one, we're gonna inhale, both arms up, and then we're gonna exhale and bring the hands forward over the shins. So I want your hands to hit the ground wherever you can, that you can keep your hip bones, or your sit bones, connected to the ground underneath you. Inhale and lengthen through the crown of your head. Try and keep your spine long. I'm just going to turn to the side so you guys can see my spine on the side. So I'm here. I'm not rounded yet. I'm trying to keep length through my spine as I connect my bum down. So my hands are on the ground. I'm inhaling and lengthening. And then as I exhale, my torso comes closer towards the ground, but I'm still keeping that length in my spine. So use your breath here. Try and get more space and length from the base of your tailbone up through the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, your chest comes down slightly. On the next exhale, now you can round your spine and let your head hang heavy towards the ground. You probably feel a stretch in one hip more than the other, and that's totally fine. We're going to go back and do the other side in a moment. Just breathe your exhale into any spots that feel tight. And if it feels too much, if you feel like you're crunching up through the shoulders, the stretch is a little bit too intense, so just walk your hands back a little bit and ease up a tiny bit. Okay, so we're gonna walk our hands over towards, I'm gonna turn back towards you guys now. Keeping your sit bones on the ground, your arms in front, we're gonna walk our hands over towards the right. And so now my left bum cheek wants to lift up. So I'm trying to keep that connected, my hands to the ground, and then use my breath as my chest comes lower. We're gonna do 3 breaths on the side. Okay, after the last exhale, the 3rd exhale, then you're gonna walk your hands through center, bring them over to the left side. So now the right bum cheek wants to lift, but I'm working to keep it connected to the ground. My hands are gently on the ground in front of me. I'm gonna inhale, lengthen through the crown of my head, and then exhale and sink down. It doesn't matter how low your chest is to the ground. It could be way flatter than mine. It could be way higher. What matters is that you're focusing on your breath and you're keeping it nice and slow and consistent. After the 3rd exhale, you're gonna walk your hands back through center and then walk them back up into the middle. Let's take a deep breath and bring the shoulders up and back, realign ourselves into a nice tall seated position. And then let's look down what foot is in front. We're gonna extend, we're gonna change the feet, right? So we're gonna kick out one foot, extend the other, bring it in, and other foot in. It probably feels really wonky because we have one side that's dominant and one side that we like to always use. And I always in yoga like to point this out, that this is us like always taking the comfortable route, right? Like we like to do what we're familiar with, and changing it feels uncomfortable. That's why change feels uncomfortable right now, because it's like stuff we don't even know what's going on. It's just different. But we can learn to adapt. So let's take a deep inhale, bring the shoulders up, and exhale down. We'll do 3 breaths in this direction. And then change direction, shoulders back, forward, and down. Hands release down into the ground beside you. We're gonna inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, turn the palms away and let them float down towards the ground. Inhale, fresh energy, fresh oxygen, all the way up and in. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, let anything that you don't need float away from you. Okay, next time we're gonna add some twists. So you're gonna inhale, bring the arms up, and exhale, twist. Inhale through center, exhale, twist. Flow with your own breath. Go at whatever pace feels comfortable for you. You're going to do one more on each side. And then as you bring the arms up, now we're going to fold forward over the shins. Remember, we're keeping the spine long at the beginning here. So you're up a little bit, your chest is up a little bit, you're feeling that length from all the way from the base of your tailbone out through the crown of your head, so you're nice and long, and then you're using your exhale to just ever so slightly inch your body towards the ground. And you pause on the inhale for length, and then you use that exhale to come a little bit lower. I'm gonna do one more like that. And then on this last breath, now we can round the spine, let the head hang heavy. Walk your arms out just a little bit more in front of you if you can, and let's walk them over gently towards the right. Think about that left bum cheek. Keep it connected down towards the ground. Still building on length as you inhale and relaxing into that stretch as you exhale. One more breath on this side. And then walk your hands back through center. We'll go over towards the left. Once they've arrived, inhale and lengthen. Exhale, keep your right sit bone connected to the ground. Let your chest be heavy towards the earth. One more breath, and then as you exhale, you can walk your hands back through center, and then bring yourself back up into a tall position. Deep inhale, bring the shoulders up. Exhale, sit nice and tall. And let's just pause here for a moment. Take a couple deep breaths in. Then we're going to transition onto our hands and knees. If it feels okay on your knees, you can just roll over your legs like this. If that doesn't feel great, then just however you need to, come over onto your knees. I'm just going to turn my mat a little bit so you guys can see me from a side angle. So my hands are going to be right underneath my shoulders. My knees are hip distance apart. So if you put your fists together like this and you put it between your knees, that's going to be hip distance. My toes are tucked. So here I am in a neutral spine position. We're gonna do some cat-cows. So we're gonna tuck the pelvis under and start to round through the back as we push through our shoulder blades. And then we're gonna start with the crown of the head as we inhale and slowly feel that movement work through the spine. Inhale and look up. And then as you exhale, start with the tailbone, start with your pelvis, start to tip and tuck it under and feel that ripple effect through your spine as you look down towards your belly button and you exhale. So now you're going to use your breath. You're going to inhale as you look up, and then you're going to exhale as you round through your spine. You're not going to go at my pace. You're going to follow your breath and go at that pace. We're going to do 2 more breaths and then meet at neutral position. And then from here, we're just going to look over the left shoulder towards the left ankle, back through center, over the right shoulder to the right ankle. So we're just kind of wagging the tail side to side, having a little bit of lateral flexion through the spine. And then we're gonna come up onto our knees, turn this way. So let's take the right leg, extend it out to the side. So I don't know if you guys can see, I'm kind of off the angle a little bit on Instagram. The edge of my foot is down. I can move there. Okay, we're gonna reach forward, place our hands down on the ground in front of us. We're gonna take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, you're slowly gonna sink back and you're gonna feel an inner thigh stretch. So let's keep this fluid. We're gonna inhale forward, exhale back. I'm just gonna move to the side angle so you guys can see my spine. I'm nice and neutral. I'm just pressing the hips back. I'm inhaling forward and exhaling as I sink back. Just to a point where it's a stretch, but it's comfortable. It's not intense. I'm not holding any tension in my shoulders and my jaw. We're gonna do one more breath. And then on this exhale, we're gonna hold here. So once you find a good stretch, you maybe can walk your hands out a little bit further and use your breath and just let your body be heavy towards the ground. And then using your next inhale, you're gonna come up onto your hands. I'm just gonna change positions again so you guys can see a little bit better. So now I'm here. We're gonna come up into a high kneeling position. Right arm, same arm as the leg that's extended. We're gonna inhale and reach it over. Place your left hand down underneath your shoulder. And now I'm reaching all the way away from my toe. My pinky toe edge of my foot is connected down. And I'm really feeling the ground underneath there, and then the length coming up all the side of my body, reaching out and over. So we're gonna hold here for 3 breaths. Nice stretch through the torso. And then we're gonna do just a little bit of flow with those 2 movements. So we're gonna swing this arm that's up here overhead, we're gonna swing it forward towards the ground. We're gonna inhale here. Exhale, sink back. Inhale, come up, bring the arms up. Exhale, drop the arm and reach. Pause for a breath. Exhale, swing that arm around. Inhale forward. Exhale, sink back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, down and reach. Pause for a breath. We're gonna do one more like that. So let's take a deep breath in, and then exhale, swing that arm around. Find the ground and inhale. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, rise up. And this time we'll just bring our arms down through center. We're gonna switch and do the same sequence on the other side. So you're gonna be on your right knee. Your left leg is extended. We're starting in this stretch with your hands down on the ground underneath your shoulders. We're going to take a deep inhale and then exhale and sit back gently. So we're doing about 4 breaths. We're going to use our breath and keep this fluid. We're going to inhale over the hands, exhale and sink back. Two more breaths, keeping the spine long. I'm just going to turn to the side for this one so you guys can see. One more. And then last one, we're going to hold as you sink back. Take an inhale, and then you can let your hands walk forward if that feels okay, and just let your body be heavy to the ground. And then slowly walk up out of that. Change my ankle. And then we're going to come up. We're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, the right arm's going to come down. The left arm's going to reach up and over. Lots of length from the edge of the pinky toe up through the side of your leg, out through your torso, through your hands and over the edge to your fingertips. So we're gonna hold for 3 breaths in this position. One more breath. And then we're gonna do that flow that we did on the other side. So let's take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, swing that arm through. Come forward onto your hands as you inhale. Exhale, sit back into the stretch. Inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, float down, reach out, and hold for a breath. Deep breath in. Exhale, swing the arm through. Inhale, forward. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, up. We're gonna do one more round. Exhale, down. One breath here. And then deep breath in. Exhale, fold that arm through. Inhale. Exhale, back. Inhale, bring the arms up. And then exhale, you can bring them through center. Okay, so we're gonna bring both knees back onto the ground underneath us and our hands here. We're gonna tuck our toes. We're gonna come up into a down dog, only to then go into forward fold. So if down dog doesn't feel good on your wrist or something, you can just come up into standing and we'll meet up there. If you're okay with down dog, spread your fingers really wide, tuck your toes, press up and back, and we'll just pedal through the heels, kind of stretch out the calves. Maybe you're feeling a bit tight if you did the other workouts earlier this week. And push your bum back, lots of pressure through your fingertips. You're gonna look forward between your hands and just gently walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. So you're in a forward fold position here. I feel my feet really connected to the ground. I have really tight hamstrings, so I have a pretty good bend in my knees. Your legs don't have to be straight. For me, this is a good stretch. So find a spot that you can just hang out in. My torso is really heavy over my hips. So when I inhale, I'm feeling like a deep inhale through the back side of my body. And then as I exhale, I'm just letting my upper body hang off of my hips, letting gravity do the work. I'm gonna hold here for a couple breaths. If you prefer, you can hold onto your wrist, or not your wrist, your elbows. On your next inhale, you're slowly gonna start to unwind, come up into standing. I'm gonna step back or I'm gonna be off the screen on Facebook. I am too tall. Make your way up into a tall standing position. At the top, just bring the shoulders up and back. And you're just standing forward with your palms open. I like to just close my eyes and just feel your body, feel the blood pumping, feel the oxygen moving, just feel that vibration through your body. Okay, we're gonna do a few standing side leans. So we're gonna inhale, bring the arms up. You can't see on Facebook because I'm too tall, but I have my hands intertwined with my pinky fingers pointing up. And then we're gonna inhale here, and step your feet a little closer, and then exhale to one side. And then we'll inhale back through center and exhale to the other side. So same with the other poses, you're using your own breath. You're not going at my pace. You're inhaling as you come through center, and you're exhaling as you lean to the other side. Back through center. Let's lean over towards the left. You're gonna reach out through your fingertips, push your hips in the opposite direction that your fingertips are reaching. You're gonna relax your shoulders, lots of space around your neck, no tension there, everything is relaxed. Inhaling and lengthening through the side of your body, out through your fingertips. Exhaling, really feel the connection of the full area of your foot on the ground. So you're feeling that base come all the way up your body, through the crown of your head and out through your fingertips. One more breath. And then inhale up through center. Exhale to the other side. Same thing, relax those shoulders. Kind of let them fall away from the ears. Reset and inhale. Lengthen through the fingertips. Exhale. One more deep breath here. And then on your next inhale, come up through center, and you can exhale and release your hands towards the ground. And again, just pause, focus on your breath. I'm just gonna readjust my mat. Okay, so if you're not already at the top of your mat, go stand towards the top of your mat. From here, we're gonna take our left leg and we're gonna step it 2/3 of the way of the mat back. We're gonna go into warrior two. So if you know warrior two, you're right into warrior two, you're looking forward. If you don't know what I'm talking about, your back foot is again, almost the full length of the mat, depends, I have really long legs. Your front heel is intersecting the arch on the back foot. My front knee's bent. When I look down at my front foot, I can see my big toe and the inside edge of my foot. If you can't see that, push your knee out just a tiny bit so you keep everything aligned. My back foot is flat on the ground. I'm not angled up. The foot is firmly connected. I'm gonna reach the arms up at shoulder height. My gaze is over the middle finger on the extended front hand. I'm gonna inhale, lengthen through the crown of my head, and then as I exhale, sink down into warrior two. I feel a nice stretch through my inner thighs, but I also, as much as I'm reaching out and gaining space, there's also like a gentle pull and a gentle tug in. So it's kind of competing pieces here in warrior two in that you're lengthening and you're stretching, but there's also a gentle tug. Your shoulders are relaxed. One more deep inhale and exhale. You're gonna turn your front hand towards the ceiling. Your back hand is gonna come onto your thigh, and then you're gonna stretch back. Reach this arm overhead. You should feel a nice stretch along the front of the body, and then exhale back into warrior two. So we're gonna do that 2 more times. We're gonna turn the palm up, reach back into exalted warrior, and then forward into warrior two. One more, reach the arm forward, reach back, and down. So from here, the front leg that's bent, it's my right leg. If you're on a different leg, that's fine. We're gonna straighten it, and then you're gonna turn both toes towards your computer, iPad, phone, whatever you're watching. Hands are onto your hips. We're gonna do a wide leg forward fold. So in this position, you guys stay there. I'm just turning to the side so you can see. From here, my hands are on my hips and I'm just pushing my hips back. See how my spine stays nice and long? If you have tight hamstrings, little gentle bend in the knees, and if you can't reach the ground, that's fine. Just stay where you can here with your spine flat for 2 breaths, okay? So we're gonna inhale and lengthen. Exhale down. Maybe a smidge wider on the feet will allow you to touch the ground. If you can't touch the ground, it doesn't matter. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale down. And now on the 3rd breath, we're gonna inhale, and now you can let the spine round, let your head come down towards the ground. Okay, one more deep inhale and exhale. And then on the next inhale, you're gonna bring your chest up, bring your spine back to neutral. Hands can come back onto your hips, and then exhale back up into standing. I'm just changing back, so I'm in the same position as you guys. So now we're in standing. Now we're gonna pivot on the other side. So our left foot is gonna go forward. Our right foot, we're gonna do warrior two on this side. So you want to align yourself so the heel of the front foot is intersecting the back foot. Nice wide stance. Arms are out at shoulder height. You're looking forward over the pinky finger on the front hand. We're gonna inhale, get the length through our spine, and then exhale and sink down. Holding here for 3 breaths. Remember that like extension, the growth, the lengthening, and then exhale and kind of feeling that gentle that gentle tug in at the thighs. One more breath, and then we're going to go into 3 breaths with the Exalted Warrior. So turn your front hand up. Let's take a deep breath, and then exhale, reach back. Inhale, back to Warrior 2. Turn the palm up. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, Warrior 2. And one more. Exhale, nice stretch along the side, front of the body, and back to Warrior 2. So now we're going to straighten this leg, hands onto the hips, turn your toes forward again. You can do the same thing that we just did in the previous forward fold. Bring your torso down. If it feels comfortable for you, you're going to intertwine your hands behind your back. You're going to, ooh, I'm sliding on the carpet. You're going to pull them down by your bum, feet nice and wide. We're going to inhale through the crown of the head, and then as you exhale, you're going to come down and let your arms come up. So use your breath here. When you inhale, pause. Allow your lungs to fill. And then as you exhale, use that to really relax into the stretch. You let gravity pull you down. Just focus on all that oxygen coming out of your lungs. I guess it's not oxygen when it's coming out, but anyways, you know what I'm saying. If that gets too much on your shoulders, you can release your arms at any time and reach down towards the ground. And then when you're ready, you're going to just walk your hands down, bring your knees in, and we're going to come into child's pose. So whenever you feel like you're ready and you're done in that wide leg forward fold, make your way into child's pose. Your arms can be forward like this. Don't do what I'm doing and look at the camera. You want to look down, head down towards the ground. And if that feels too much on your shoulders, you can have palms up towards the sky and have them down towards your heels. Okay, if your arms are back by your heels, you're going to reach them out in front. If your arms are out in front, that's perfect. You're there already. And then we're just going to bring ourselves forward onto our stomachs. Need some more space. Okay, I hope you guys can still see me. I think you can. So from this position on our stomach, my toes are flat, or my tops of my feet are flat on the ground. My toes are not tucked. My hands are down here underneath my shoulder. I'm looking forward towards the mat. And we're going to inhale and just rise up into a baby cobra. And then exhale down. We'll do a few with our breath. Inhale, feeling that length up the back of your spine. Exhale down. Inhale, fill up your lungs. Use that as leverage as you bring your chest up a little bit. And then as you exhale and your lungs deflate, your body sinks down. Let's do one more up. And exhale down. And then we're going to put our right ear towards the ground and just extend the arms long and just pause for a moment. Feeling your body supported from the ground underneath you. So we're going to do a couple more gentle back bends. If those don't feel good, you can keep doing this baby cobra. That is perfect. And actually, you can just go into child's pose. That's always an option too. If it feels okay, you're going to keep your arms down here. You're going to look towards the ground. And as you inhale, you're going to reach your arms back. And you can rise your feet up as well. So if this feels okay on you, inhale and lengthen. Exhale, stay and hold. 3 breaths. One more deep inhale. And then as you exhale, your left ear is going to come down towards the ground and let your body relax down. A few breaths supported from the earth. Don't do what I'm doing right now. I'm just talking to you guys. Your left ear is down onto the ground. Your arms are at your side. You're relaxed. Third variation, you can do either of the previous two, the baby cobra or locust, or you can kick your heels back, reach around to the outside of the ankles. Once I have my feet held, then I'm gonna walk my knees in a little bit so they're not too wide. I'm looking down towards the ground, and then I'm gonna inhale, rise up, and as I exhale, I'm pressing the tops of my feet into my hands. And I'm gonna rock a little bit because as I inhale, my lungs inflate, my torso rises, and as I exhale, I sink down. 2 more breaths. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, sink down, right ear towards the ground. Release your feet, let your body relax. When you're ready, you're gonna gently push yourself up and you're gonna roll onto your back. When you're ready, you can take another moment lying down. And then once you've made your way onto your back, you're gonna extend the left leg. Right knee is gonna come in towards the chest, hands on the outside of the shin. We're gonna use our breath here. So we're gonna inhale, fill up the lungs, and then as you exhale, gently pull that knee towards your armpit. When you inhale, you're gonna pause on the pull, and you're gonna allow your lungs to fill up. And then as you exhale, you're gonna pull a little bit more. Again, only to the point where it's a comfortable stretch. If you feel your shoulders tense, back off a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep breath here. Then you're going to put your left foot flat on the ground. Take your right ankle and cross it over your left knee. And you're going to pick your leg up, reach one hand on the outside, one hand through the middle. Can you see? One hand through the middle, one arm here, and I'm grasping my hands in behind my thigh and then pulling towards me. So a couple things to check in on your body here. My body naturally wants to lean to the right. So I want to make sure that my hip bones are flat and level on the ground. So for me, that means I need to pull over to the left a little bit. I want to flex my right foot and keep that flexed. And then if it's available, you don't have to do it. I can push my right elbow into my thigh and get a little bit deeper of a stretch. One more deep breath. You're going to keep your hands where they are. The foot that's crossed over, you're going to release it and allow it to come down towards the ground. And then change your hands onto the top of the shin, and we'll do wind relieving pose on this side. So let's take a deep inhale, fill up the lungs. And then exhale, pull the knee towards your armpit. Pause as you inhale. Exhale, deepen the stretch. Then we're going to put the right foot flat, cross the left ankle on the right knee, pick that leg up, reach one hand on the outside, one arm through that little hole, grab your fingers behind, and then lower your head down onto the mat. So again, same adjustments. My body kind of wants to lean to the left, so I want to make sure I'm level. I'm going to flex my toes back towards my shins, and then press my left elbow into my thigh. Another deep breath. And you're going to unhook that foot And let's bring the soles of the feet together in butterfly. So the knees are falling open, the soles of my feet are together. Two options for your hands, well, three, I guess. You can just have them down on the ground here. You can place your hands onto your abdomen and really focus on your breath. Feel your belly inflate as you inhale and feel it sink as you exhale. If you want a more opener or stretch for the chest, then the arms are overhead, and I'm just holding one wrist with the opposite hand. So I encourage you to close your eyes here. Feel your body fill up, puff up with air, and then let your body relax. Let the knees be heavy towards the ground. Maybe open and close your jaw a few times. We often hide tension in our cheeks, or I know I do in my jaw, and I always don't realize it till I open and close and let gravity just pull those muscles down. One more breath. And then if your arms are overhead, you're going to reach them down towards your legs. You're going to put the hand on either side of the thigh and gently pull your legs in, back to center. Feet are going to come flat onto the ground. Arms are going to come into a T position. So we're going to go into a spinal twist. We're going to press through our feet, lift our hips up a tiny bit, and let them drop over towards the left side. Then you're going to bring your knees up and let them twist to the right. So in this position, my knees are on the right, I'm looking out over my left hand, and you can just relax here. You can put this opposite hand on the knee for a little bit deeper of a twist if you want. We're going to hold here for about 4 breaths. Then you're going to place your hand, if it was on your knee, you're going to place it back out into the T position. Palms are down onto the ground. I want you to think about your core. Little tiny, if any, pressure into the palms. And you're going to use your abdomen, your core muscles to bring your knees back through center. And then you drop your heels to the ground. Realign your hips back to neutral, and then we'll switch to the other side. So hips come up, let them drop to the right, pick your knees up, and let them fall to the left. And then you're looking over your right shoulder. Your hand can be on your knees if you want, or you can keep it straight out into a T position. One more breath. Arms back out into a T. Again, using your core. Bring yourself through center. Heels down on the ground. Align your hips. And now we're going to go into Shavasana. So you're going to extend your legs long. Let your toes fall open to the side. If you have a blanket or socks you want to put on, or a sweater or something, you can do that. Your palms are going to be up towards the ceiling. And you're going to take a deep breath and just let your shoulders relax, let your face relax. I'm not going to be lying down, so don't copy what I'm doing. I'm going to be sitting upright. I'll explain to you at the end of Shavasana why. You guys are just going to lie there. You're going to have 3 to 4 minutes of uninterrupted rest. You're going to start to bring a little bit of movement back into your body. You're going to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, rotate your wrists, your ankles. Maybe bring your shoulders up towards your ears, a few rotations in each direction. Open and close your mouth, or reach your hands over your head and stretch out. Whenever you're ready, you're going to roll over into a fetal position and then gently make your way up into a seated, whatever seated comfortable position for you. And then we will meet once you guys are up. Okay, I can't see my class. I'm gonna assume everyone is upright. So I didn't do Shavasana if you've never done yoga before. If this is your first class, the person leading the yoga class holds the space for everyone else while you're doing Shavasana. So if you were visually watching me throughout that class and then you saw that I sat up at the end, that's why. Even though you guys aren't physically in my space, that's the protocol. So I'm following the protocol. Okay, so let's close our practice with a few deep breaths together in a comfortable position, hands onto your knees, close your eyes. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale, relax. You can hear that I'm making my breath really audible. It honestly feels really good. Let's do that 3 times together. Nobody's around. Maybe you're with your kids. Who cares? Do it as loud as you can. Just let the stress exit your body. So inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale deeply. Exhale, let it go. One more deep breath. And exhale, relax. Let's bring your hands to heart center. Bow your head gently. From the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for taking time out of your Saturday to practice yoga with me. I really appreciate being allowed into your living room, into your life, and I hope that this provided, it was a little bit longer than 30 or 40 minutes, but I hope it provided a moment of peace, a moment of relaxation, a moment of centering, and whatever you needed for today. Namaste. So if you did this yoga class, first off, if this is your first ever yoga thing, please tell me. I want to know. I would love, I have heard from people who have been intimidated by yoga, but they like my style because it's pretty approachable. So I'd love to know if this was your first yoga class. If it's not, I'd still love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed it, if you could share it, I would really appreciate that as well. And I mentioned on yesterday's workout, some people have been so generous and have sent me money or messages wanting to pay a drop-in fee. And I want to keep this class free for you guys. I know a lot of people are affected financially, as am I, by this pandemic. But if you're in the position where you can support me, on Instagram, there's a link in my bio. It's a pay what you can PayPal link, and I'll include it in Facebook once I'm done and I post this video. So if you're able to pay a drop-in fee for today's class, or if you've attended other classes in the week and you want to pay for the week, I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. And if you're not in the position to do so, then please just share my video. All right, guys, I'm not going to do a video tomorrow. Sunday's a day of rest. Go out and get some fresh air. I'll be back on Monday. Bye.